good question. What's scary is I feel like when you're in big turmoil with the country with politics and stuff, racing is the first thing that stops, and that's obviously how we make our living. So.
Yesterday, from Fresno, California, it's the Logan Contractor Supply, 10th Body Shop Bobcat, Armor Electric number 18, Hot Sauce, Scelzi. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that wood, man.
Thank you.
That veneer, that's really super cool.
Appreciate it.
I know you're coming off a win in Beaver Dam and here last night at Eldora. Are those kind of get the monkey off your back moments for you?
Yeah, a little bit. This place is obviously really tough to get around, and anytime you can win a race, whether it's an all-star show or one of their regional shows or an outlaw show, it's always cool. So they got a cool victory lane. It's an awesome celebration. It's almost like winning at Knoxville a little bit. So we've been fast. I feel like here in May we had a really good program, and kind of carried it over into this week.
Do you have to program your mind for Eldora, sort of get in the Eldora mindset? Is this a mindset for you?
Not really.
No, just another track.
Yeah, they're all dirt and they're all round. So they all seem to race a bit different. This place is very unique. It was a little bit faster than normal last night. I felt like the top was definitely dominant. Looked like the bottom kind of came in the middle as well in the first feature, which worried me a bit. But I felt like if I got momentum going around top, I was going to be okay.
Where do you see the future of sprint car racing headed? The world is changing so fast. Artificial intelligence, AI, electric cars. Where do you see sprint car racing going years down the road?
Great question. I feel like top fuel drag racing and sprint cars are their own beasts for sure, and all the other series seem to be going towards hybrid engines or kind of using more technology, but we're raw racing, I feel like, and fuel injected, obviously methanol engines. I hope it never changes because I love it. I like having fast cars on the road and fast cars on the racetrack. So I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and it seems like sprint car racing is only growing every year.
Yeah. What are your hobbies outside this industry? What do you like to do?
Not much time for anything else. I like to play golf.
Yeah.
Obviously, winter time in Iowa, there's not much golf being played. So California, there is where I'm from, but man, racing consumes my entire life. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Finally, are you, based on everything that's going on in the world, are you encouraged for America's future? Are you concerned? Where are you at?
Oh, good question. What's scary is I feel like when you're in big turmoil with the country with politics and stuff, racing is the first thing that stops, and that's obviously how we make our living. So hasn't affected us much lately here, but people need a release from all the politics and all the government stuff. So I feel like you're only getting bigger crowds, and I'm happy people spend their money at racetracks.
Amen, brother. $100,000 to win tonight. Is
Yes,
that just
sir.
chunk change for you? Or?
No, man.
No, okay.
That's life-changing money for sure. So,
okay.
Anytime you can win a big race, whether it's 10,000 or 500,000, it changes your life for sure.
Okay, I'm rooting for you tonight. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Appreciate
you.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Look at you. Look here. I'm gonna take them all.
I thought it might be like a garage ornament or something. Yeah.
No, it's all through my house.
I got it. They don't go in the garage, they go in the house. I got it. That's cool. So Bill Balog, I know you had a hard crash last night. Are you still feeling that?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I got a little ding on my leg, but other than that, yeah, pretty lucky.
When you have a hard crash like that, do you get reservations of climbing back in? Does it bother you?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I don't think it's. I mean, I didn't get hurt, and it was just an accident. I've been on the other side of that too, so yeah, I just gotta keep plowing ahead.
Yeah. Do you call the final shots on your setup, or is that left to someone else?
No, I do it, and yeah, I do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of acting as the crew chief.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, thanks for your time. I appreciate you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You're being spoiled.
Well, he orders online. He wants me to order online for you guys.
So you met Casey Kane at a mall show when you were like in the 3rd grade, and that's where your motorsports dream? Is that where it all started? Is that how it happened?
Yeah, that is how it happened. Casey kind of got me into NASCAR and following NASCAR and sprint car racing. And then I had a cousin that raced junior sprints when he was younger, so that kind of exposed me a little more to racing. And then I saved up my money and started my team when I was 13.
So, and you do all your own marketing too?
Yeah, I do all my own marketing, and then the past 2 years I've maintained all the cars myself and set them up at the racetrack. This year we have more crew help, but I'm still kind of in charge of the maintenance of the cars right now.
What's harder, racing in a male-dominated sport out on the track, or going after the corporate sponsorship, the marketing? What's harder?
I would say the hardest part is just being a team owner and figuring out how to hire mechanics, how to be a good boss or a good leader. Trying to kind of gain respect on that front, I would say, is probably one of the hardest parts. I don't think people in the sport really understand how different the cars can be from pit to pit, and like how different the funding is for each team. So I'd say that's probably the hardest part.
So wait a minute, you're the car owner too?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How do you do all that? I don't get it.
It's not easy. I would say it's just very humbling, because when people roll up to the racetrack, like, I'm sure they probably don't realize how much goes on behind the scenes and how much it actually takes. And that's the part that I wish the fans could kind of see more of and see how much really goes into it, because sometimes you can roll out on the track and maybe not have a great result due to one thing or another, but I wish people could kind of see how much it takes just to get there. So
going after the corporate sponsor, you're working with what, Interstate Batteries? How do you do it? I mean, it's more than just dropping off brochures at the front desk, right? There's a plan going in, yes? Yeah, it's pretty difficult. I don't think again, our sport, at least at the sprint car level, there's not as much corporate funding as what you see in NASCAR, things like that. And so a lot of it comes down to just my passion for business from a young age and my education, and that's really played a big role in just knowing how to put together a pitch deck, knowing how to sell and just build relationships. And a lot of it's about being genuine too, and being honest and not taking advantage or overselling or anything like that, but just being real. Yeah. Well, you got me sold so far. Something's working for you, I tell you that. So do I have it right? You've won 5 sprint car features at Knoxville? Correct. Yep. Is that 360 or a 410? It's 305 and 360 combined. So have there been any other females to win at Knoxville? Nope. You're the only one? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's remarkable. Thank you. Yeah, that is super, super cool. Well, I certainly wish you all the best here. Eldora, that's a mindset of its own, right? This is one of the super speedways of dirt track racing. Do you have to sort of manipulate your mind to get in the right mindset for this place? You do. It's especially this week, bringing on new partner, new crew chief. Mentally, I really had to get dialed in. Being here now, it's a little discouraging because we've had a lot of engine troubles, and unfortunately, once you get to a race and with limited budgets, it's hard to recover from that. And so there's only so much we can do, but we're going to try our best to make it work. And we really had a lot of confidence going into this week and really believe God could do big things. And so we'll hang on to that hope and just see how the rest of the week plays out. So you're the car owner, you're the driver, are you the crew chief too? In other words, do you make the last call on final adjustments? If you want a gear change, you're going to get it? I typically have the past 2 years. Last year when we were here, nobody else even knew what setup was on the car. This year I do have a crew chief working for us for this event, but we just kind of collaborate and make decisions together, and then there's a lot of things that he makes on his own. Fast-changing world we're in, artificial intelligence, AI, electric cars. I mean, where do you see the future of sprint car racing headed? I don't think with a lot of what's going on in the world, I don't think it'll affect sprint car racing. I think what'll affect sprint car racing is sprint car racing itself, and I'm really concerned with some of the decisions being made right now with payouts and finances and things like that. I don't think that there's enough payout going down throughout the field, and I think that'll create kind of a wedge in our sport. So that part kind of concerns me a little bit. But other than that, I think sprint car racing will be okay, but the biggest thing is just exposure and bringing people in from outside the sport and growing the sport. Finally, looking, at the world around us, are you hopeful for the future or more on the concern side? I'm hopeful. I think a lot of times I call it linear bias, where people think that just because something shifts one way, it's just going to doom the whole world. But I think that there's a lot of good people in the world, and I think there's a lot of people, when I look around our world, that are trying their best right now. I feel like people really do work hard, and there's a lot of good people doing good things, and so I try to focus on that, and I think the world will be just fine. I know one gal that works pretty hard. Thanks for your time. I appreciate you. Wishing you all the best tonight. Thank you. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Looking at all the recent events over the last few years, are you hopeful for America's future, or are you more concerned?
more concerned right now. Yeah, it's kind of questionable, that's for sure.
When you look at all the things going on in the world, are you hopeful for America's future, or are you concerned?
Well, I tell you what I am. I'm a school teacher, and I teach at a vocational school in Piqua, Ohio. And these young kids, I think, are getting it. They're 11th and 12th graders. They're tired of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I always tell them when they ask me who you're voting for, I says, that's not important. It's more important that you research, find out what you like and what fits the lifestyle you would like to have, and then make those decisions on that. But if you don't research it, you really don't know, because there's so much propaganda in the world right now.
Sure.
That's messing them up. But I do have faith in these young kids. They want to change. They want to see young people. They want to see term limits. You know, so I do have a lot of faith in our young people today.
I like that answer. What do you teach in the vocation?
I teach graphic communications. It's a printing program.
Are you having to work with AI?
We are this year with Adobe Illustrator, so it can help them on some of their designs. I don't want them to copycat things, but I think it'll be a valuable tool for designers.
Kind of hard to avoid it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's here.
It's everywhere. Yeah, you might as well introduce them to it and teach it correctly, instead of let's just stealing things on the internet, making things up.
Yeah, well.
So I've already got a 4-week course prepared for them over AI, so I think it's going to work well.
Well, AI, they don't need me anymore for the interview. AI can do it better.
Don't you? Yeah, I agree.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Nice
yes,
meeting
sir.
you.
Smile. Let me see your teeth.
He got a 4 mile, that guy. Yeah. I think he got his molars in too.
And I was like, wait, that ain't
It's for hot laps teams. We will hot lap by heat races. There will be 6 hot lap sessions, hot lap by heat races. Tire rule for tonight, it just must be a legal right rear tire. We will not mark a tire at all tonight. It just has to be a legal right rear. Thank you.
So was last night your first time ever on the track here at Eldora?
Yes, it was.
And tell me about that experience. Get your eyes wide open, or?
Yeah, I mean, this place is definitely fast. It's definitely takes some balls. You got to get up there on the fence and run it definitely very hard. But I don't think it's anything too irregular outside of, you know, some of the places like Port Royal and Salinas Grove, and we weren't as good as we had hoped, but just got to get our race car a little more dialed in, and I think we'll be right there.
Yeah, I should know better. You shouldn't be intimidated by this place. You're the Port Royal track champion, yes?
Yeah.
And that's a big half mile high bank.
Yeah,
so
yep.
Is the setup similar?
I'd say it's similar, yeah. We're just kind of trying to dial ourselves in. I wouldn't say it's exactly like Port Royal, so I think that's where, you know, I think we may have got off a little bit last night, but I think we know what to do for tonight, so we'll be better.
Sure, so you learned a few things last night.
Yeah, just
what did you learn?
Kind of just some tire choices and what we need to do weight-wise with our race car, and just get the balance of it better.
Yeah. What do you do outside of racing?
I mean, racing is kind of my main thing.
A full-time gig for you?
Yeah, a full-time gig. I do have a power washing business.
Oh, really?
I have that'll do as a little bit of a side hustle during the week.
Yeah.
But racing's about all I do.
Are you the car owner, or do you drive for somebody?
No, John and Kelly Stamen are.
You know, so do they come up with that Americana paint scheme?
That's
that's super cool.
It is cool, yeah.
Hey, listen, good luck to you tonight. I know Eldora is a big deal. It's kind of the granddaddy of them all, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. This is it's a pretty damn cool facility. Lots of race fans and a cool racetrack. So.
Yeah.
Watch everything you do. Thank you. Got it? Yeah. Good luck, buddy. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Pursley, I understand you made the main event last night. That had to feel pretty good, huh?
Yeah, not too shabby. Something that's a little bit out of my element, so it was not too shabby just to kind of knock the rust off, I guess you could say, and make the main. So,
yeah.
Happy with that.
Sure. So you're mostly a non-wing sprint car driver. The wing thing is brand new for you?
Yeah, wing thing's brand new this year for me. It's something that I've just wanted to try and get my, get comfortable in is wing racing for sure. So it's something I'm trying to adapt to, and hopefully I get to do more in the future, or a little bit more this year. So just trying to get my feet wet in it and seeing if it's something that I enjoy and something that kind of suits my driving style.
Is one version more challenging than the other?
It's all hard to tell. I think it's all challenging in its own way. I think non-wing racing is just pretty much just scary. Pretty much, it takes a lot to
it's fun to watch
things
though.
around. And wing racing, I think you just got to understand the air at these bigger tracks and be smart with it. And so it's just two disciplines of racing. I think it's very, very hard to pinpoint which one is harder or which one's easier. It's just pretty tricky. They're all tricky. It's if it was easy, I guess everyone would do it.
Yeah.
So just trying to adapt and get all the information I can from all these good people, and hopefully we'll be getting better each day.
So in a non-wing car, you're pretty much driving off the right rear, yes?
Yeah, to a certain point. I think you're a lot sideways, and you don't want to be straight in a non-wing car because that usually means you're going a little too slow. So non-wing cars are off the right rear quite a bit, yeah.
But the difference being with a wing, the way it plants the car through the corner, you're actually starting to drive off the left rear, yes? Could you feel that?
Yeah, a little bit. I think you just want to be straighter at these big tracks and have minimal, movement in your hand. I think that's the biggest thing is you don't want to be scrubbing speed, with moving your hands too much and upsetting the car. So just having, to be a lot straighter is something that's very, very different to me. And then when we get into lap traffic, of course, the dirty air and all that stuff. And it's just a big thing. So just to kind of learn all that and to adapt is something that's pretty tricky right now, but looking forward to trying to get better each day.
What's your hometown?
Locust Grove, Oklahoma.
So you run your shop out of Oklahoma?
No, I don't own any of the teams or anything like that. I just am fortunate enough to drive for people, and so it kind of works out great. I just have to figure out my travel plans on how to get there, and that's kind of it.
What do you do back home outside the car?
Nothing actually.
Ooh, I like that plan.
Yeah.
If you need any pointers, I'm really good at it.
Yeah, I haven't been back to my hometown in quite some time actually.
Yeah.
So just kind of live in North Carolina and Brownsburg, Indiana, and just kind of float around from there. So just been very fortunate enough to have a lot of good people that let me stay at their house and just kind of couch surf.
Yeah, a huge victory tonight would be to make the main event. Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that'll be a good deal. Is just kind of make the event and see what we can do from there, and just make all the laps and keep learning.
Got it.
No points on the line, but $100,000 left to grab. All out.
This is Spencer Baseline, Colonel to Balog Racing, Australia Racing.
Pro for the 40-lap, $100,000 to win Joker's Jackpot. From Elk Grove, California, the Flow Racing, Finley Farms, HenderCars.com, Vulcan Brothers Trucking Works with the JVI Group, number 57, Young Money, Kyle Larson.